გამარჯობა, ჩვენი პროექტი არის Prometheus, ეს არის გლობალური საინვესტიციო პლატფორმა, რომელიც შესაძლებლობას აძლევს დამზოგბილებს გააკეთონ ინვესტირება ბონდებში, სტოკებში და კრიპტოვალუტებში. ჩვენი პროექტი არის გამორჩეული იმით, რომ გვაქვს დამყარებული blockchain და smart contract ტექნოლოგიებზე, შესაბამისად პირველი ვართ ამ ჩვენს კონკურენციაში. ჩვენი გუნდი არის, ჩვენ გუნდს გააჩნია ქვეყნის მასშტაბით და სოფლის მასშტაბით დიდი გამოცდილება და შესაბამისად დღეს ჩვენ მოველით, რომ ამ pitching სესიაზე ავწევთ ინვესტიციას. Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to talk about retirement. Retirement is not a sexy topic, but it's smart to plan ahead. I'm George, CEO and founder of Prometheus, the world's first retirement planning platform powered and secured by the blockchain. In order to better understand our product, it's essential to grasp the problem itself. So nowadays, pension funds are in big trouble. Individuals and governments face the reality that people are not saving enough for their retirement needs. At the same time, people are living longer and longer. Average life expectancy has increased by more than 50% during last century. And at the same time, these changes are happening in a time right now when the need for financial advice has never been greater. So retirement savers are left out of decision making. They're not allowed and they feel disenfranchised. So because of that, retirement savers don't have control of their retirement savings, and we believe that's when our platform Prometheus comes in, and we are trying to solve this problem. Before I talk about the product itself, let me introduce you to our rockstar team. We're the best team of enthusiastic professionals, and we're ready to do whatever it takes. Our team is well-balanced, and we have a complementary skill set. I'm the business-oriented person, and I have experience in financing consulting. During working in GPI, the largest insurance company in Georgia, we created first pension fund in order to give an opportunity for the Georgian citizens to retire, to plan for their retirement. So I'm the business-oriented person. Ilya is the CFO. He has work experience in working in world's leading companies like Bridgewater Associates and he has a wide range of skills from private investing to fundamental security analysis and valuation. Nika possesses the skills required for developing and maintaining a top-notch software. He was a software engineer at Facebook for 3 years. And Georgi is an experienced AI engineer, and he has a demonstrated history of working on large-scale projects in Silicon Valley in companies like Facebook and Cisco. So to sum up, we're crazy enough to believe that we can change the world. So basically, our product gives the retirement savers an opportunity to create optimized portfolios of stocks, bonds, and cryptocurrencies. And in this holistic approach gives them opportunity to aggregate all their plans like traditional 401k, IRA, also traditional investments and crypto investments at the same time. Run analytics on them and robo-advisory and get the optimized solutions. So our platform has long-term focus, and using blockchain technology and smart contracts, we remove all the middlemen between, and we offer transparency and result-oriented fees for the financial advisors and developers with whom we create the marketplace for the financial advice. So total pension assets in US are more than $28 trillion, but it's more important that our platform is in the hybrid robo-advisory business. And our main customers are the millennials, and they contribute there at the end of the decade, they will have the most of the wealth because they inherit money from their parents, and at the same time, they earn more. And this hybrid robos is really important because combining human and automated wealth advice delivers superior results. And we've done studies on that, and our platform would be created for the millennials. So our competitive landscape is that in the crypto space, there are no retirement projects at all, and because of that, we've got the first mover advantage. With the combination of the latest technology like blockchain and smart contracts, we deliver decentralized platform, and at the same time we provide information and fee transparency. And I would like to emphasize that unlike other traditional platforms and asset management platforms, we provide a global solution, and our emphasis is to be community-driven and to be as decentralized as possible. So basically, our business model is a platform business model. We generate revenue by facilitating exchanges between like 3 groups. One group is retirement savers. They should pay our native token, PMT token or Prometheus token, in order to get access to the basic functionalities of our platform. At the same time, financial advisors and fiduciaries can register on our platform, and they can give financial advice to the customers. However, this advice is results-oriented, so bad advices are not paid, and we keep money in the escrow, and if this advice was good, afterwards we will pay it. And at the same time, we create a marketplace for developers, and they develop additional tools and applications for retirement savers, so they can use it to make predictions, set alerts, and so on. So basically, we already developed an alpha version of our platform. We formed partnerships with the TBC Bank and GPI. TBC Bank is the largest bank in Georgia, and GPI is the largest insurance company. And we're in the process of negotiation with the government, because pension reform is taking place this year in 2018. And it's really important because it is mandatory for 500,000 savers to be involved in this pension reform. So we hope to generate initial traction in this reform. So we are looking for investment of $40,000 in order to end our prototype and build the MVP. Afterwards, after we gain the initial traction, we are planning to launch an ICO. Basically, you can here see the financial projections for the next 5 years, and we're planning to break even at the end of the 2 year, and afterwards, with the help of network effects and the platform business model, we are planning to generate scalable revenue. So our mission is to empower retirement savers, and would be happy if you join us. Thank you.
You're not going to enable any trading of securities. This is just an advice platform.
No trading, because this is a platform for planning. So they can, yes, of course, they can upload already bought like assets, for example, like traditional assets like stocks and bonds. But the main thing is that we run analytics on these plans and robo-advisor at the same time. So if the portfolio is not balanced, we do automatic rebalancing, and at the same time we provide human and robo-advisory.
So one question I have is, obviously financial markets are very different in different countries.
Yeah.
So localizing the offering doesn't sound like an easy thing. Where are you going to start, and where are you? What other markets are you planning to go to?
Great question. So we are going to start basically in Georgia and
Sure.
Generate initial traction. But afterwards, we are planning to go to the US. We of course understand that like each market has its own unique characteristics, and because of that, we want to get advisors in each country and build the community across the globe. So this thing becomes global.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question. So basically, blockchain technology gives us an opportunity to cut out all the middlemen and at the same time provide transparency. Transparency is a really crucial issue in this case, because many funds, many asset management funds, also mutual funds, don't always make it clear what are the fees and how do they perform. For example, if you take if you add only 3% of fees over the long period of time, it can amount to like less than 70% of the Nasdaq. So because of this, blockchain is really important, and we also use smart contracts, because when we create this marketplace for the financial advice and additional apps, we take these PMT tokens in escrow. So we don't pay it like momentarily. We take it in the escrow, know, and if this whole thing gives value to the customer and customer like retirement savers, then we proceed the transaction.
You said you charge a fee based on how good the advice is, but I don't know how good your advice is until I retire and I start getting some income to see if I can live on it. So I might not know how good your advice is for another 15 years.
Great.
So what do you mean by that?
Great. So basically, when we pay for the advice, it's not for the performance, because this platform, this marketplace is created for the fiduciaries. So they basically do the job of balancing the portfolio and at the same time doing the asset allocation for the retirement savers. So it's results oriented, but at the same time, it takes some time.
I still don't really understand how you make it results oriented. Can you explain that again?
So here's how we make it results oriented. When retirement savers register on our platform, so they are given the template of some asset allocation, but afterwards, after each period, for example, in every quarter, they need to, for example, rebalance their portfolio. And at the end of each year, they get the advice from financial advisors in what to invest, in what not to invest, and this payout for this advice is done like on a long basis, maybe in once a year or twice a year.
And who are your financial advisors?
So we don't have any financial advisors yet, but we're creating a platform for this. But we believe that we should not allow brokers to involve in this platform, because when there are brokers, there is a conflict of interest, because they get the commission for if they sell any kind of security, for example. But we plan to make a marketplace for the fiduciaries. So they don't sell any average products or suitable products, but they sell the best ones.
TaskRabbit for financial advice?
Yeah, maybe kind of, because in this case, on the marketplace, financial fiduciaries and financial advisors can register without any company. So they don't need to have like any legislative branch, like for example, one company, two company. They can do it like individually. But at the same time, I would not call it like tax bracket, because we would also at the same time provide tax legislation and how to make it that you need to pay tax afterwards and not at the beginning.
I know you mentioned about the competition. You said that you are, nobody's currently doing this right now. But
Excuse me?
I've seen quite a few pitches in this space coming in, also leveraging the blockchain on smart contracts. So. Yeah. If you haven't seen it yet, it's coming. It's
okay.
A process. All right.
Are you, I'm always coming from this side. Are you subject to regulation? Because in several countries, all this kind of advising is heavily regulated, and very rightfully so. So how you deal with it?
Of course, like regulations are a big problem for us, but let me speak locally at first. This pension reform is taking place this year, so they are not like firm regulation at this point, and we try to move on and do it in our way. But afterwards, of course, we would need to face some regulations, but we believe that this technology, blockchain technology, will help us in this way, and we can fit the platform.
So to be clear, you're helping people plan, but you are not giving investment advice per se, or you are?
We are not giving investment advice. Financial advisors are doing this for us.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Eventually it is.
But is it connected to the retirement that the government, like Social Security? Like,
Social Security is the another one, but as the trend show, like the defined benefits plans are already dying, and these pensions that governments provide are really small, and you cannot live on that. So basically, we are trying to put the retirement savers back in control, so they plan for their retirement.
Can you explain the revenue model once again?
Yeah, revenue model for us like is we get revenue from 3 different sources. First, when the retirement saver registers on the platform, he should put some PMT tokens, our token, on the platform, so he or she can access our services. At the same time, we take transaction from each transaction from the financial advisors when there is a match, and also the developers who are developing like additional apps for projections or asset allocation, we take a fee from that. But at the firstly in Georgia, we plan to generate revenue from the access only.
From the what?
From the when the retirement savers access our platform.
When they exit?
Yeah, so there won't be any financial advisors or developers at the first stage.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Თქვენ პრეზენტაციამ მოვეთ ჩაიარა, კითხვები იყო საინტერესო. იქიდან გამომდინარე, რომ ჩვენი პლატფორმა ცოტა კომპლექსური არის, ჯიურის წევრებს უნდა გავუჭირდეთ, გაგეგოთ რაზე იყო საუბარი, თუმცა ვფიქრობ, რომ კითხვების დასმის შემდეგ გააცნობიერეს რაშიც იყო საქმე. ხედავ, რომ კონკურენცია საკმაოდ მაღალი არის და ის დღე დაგვრჩენია, რომ დავუყუროთ ჯიურის გაწყვეტილებას.